Heroes make for the best stories. It's up to you if you want to be one. Believes the rot at the trunk of the tree of life has changed everything, even style. Most just dress in whatever rags they can find. Their pal Juju, though, makes clothes that'd make anyone look fabulous. Says there's no way you can miss him if you see him. Thinks that art like Juju's is even more vital when the world is winding down. You really could use some of that yourself. No reason to stalk the earth in ugly duds. Promises you won't be disappointed. Does it look what-worthy to you? All good things end. You're poking around Pockbur, a prime village. .21 gigawatts. It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to its knees already. It's troubling that the rivals believe their reign of terror is actually going to lead to a better world. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Shine's happy that the Myriad can count on a friend as bright as you. Talks about how the Myriad glow so much brighter than the weak Pichu right now. Says you'll see each other later. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. They need your protection and help to restore their village. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. If we take the tree's health for granted, it's sure to rot before our eyes. Glad to see you out and moving about in the daylight. Understands completely. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says you'll meet again. Breathe a little lighter now that day's returning. Has no doubt you've earned the trust and support of this village. Actions speak louder than words. You did good here. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Goodbye to another night. Pull, go on. keep at it. This here is the SINHIDINK, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Ja.
He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Says it's both everything you could want and never enough. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, that's the point. But you can't stop trying new ones, or life gets dull. Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Says he sells them drinks. They mostly suck them down on their own. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The glugmocker, nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp.
Ja.
The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up.
Ja.
Says that's what gives your internals such a great glow. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Let's see. It smells like surf, all right. Time to disembark. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. You can't really understand. That's not opening on its own. Made it count. Try again when you have some key energy. can never have too many bullets. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. You could experiment with that. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. The oil claimed this land a long time ago. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out of Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out of Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide. He seems happy to talk. You need to help Goop defeat the Porky Puff before it destroys the southeast route. Glad to see you stopped keeping to yourself and are actually helping these days. Seems surprised you have to go. He seems happy to talk. Says talking to you was interesting. darkness makes you miss the light. Gulp says he'll bibble anything once, as long as it's drinkalicious, even rocket fuel. He once mixed up some tankers and drank that. It was a real liftoff. That leads him to the bottom of that particular bottle. Radium syrup. If only he could find a tanker truck to empty. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find him a tanker truck and bring back some of that precious radium syrup. Please. Thanks you for understanding how dire his thirst can be.
There's a bright day coming!
Hey, that's going to get you burned.
The only one getting burned around here is you.
That stings.
Oh, do you want some first aid for that?
Let's see. Careful. This place might look serene, but it is not. Plastic scrap like that over there could be useful. Shopperias like that used to have tons of things for sale, but most of it has gone missing over time. This gutway has centuries of old waste. Crit. Those skulls aren't going to crack themselves. should be able to see farther soon. Better than nothing. That'll hurt. so bright out now. Flex those smart muscles and open the hatch. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That should be enough glow juice for two. Uppity up up. Grab on tight and go. This place is wonderful, but this isn't a vacation. Gulp says he wants to take you with him on a super funny happy slide. Sharing is caring, and one drink for two is just right. Gulp says seeing your face is like seeing his own reflection at the bottom of a glass. It never gets old. He's been looking forward to a rendezvous, and it's on you to make it happen. There's even a chance the syrup is more intoxicating now from being aged in a radiated tanker. He's sure there are even more tanker trucks with radium syrup out there waiting to be emptied. Blesses your heart for doing your part. Cheers when you're here.
That's so bright!
Right. We need something else here. Maybe a little less light?
You'd really root for rain to ruin a day like today.
As long as it ruins your day.
Ha! You can do that just fine without any clouds.
Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind.
SINHIDINK.
Says you should take it easy. Sometimes you miss the sound of breaking waves, and sometimes you don't. Gulp thanks you. Says a drink or two won't do any harm. He refuses to drink alone. You're his friend now. Gulp says he just can't get enough of that crunky syrup. It's so refreshing. Don't you agree? He really appreciated that you shared a drink with him. You took a risk and deserve a reward. So he intends to keep the promise he gave you when you first met. He's got a few things, you see, that no one else has. Claims to understand the alchemy of drinks. Lots to sample and savor. It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it's something about flip-flop the flip-flops and not getting sauced. Don't get ripped off. Sharp dealing.